There is a truth so simple, so liberating, that most ignore it, not because it is hidden, but because it is too close, too intimate. It is the voice within you whispering in every moment. You are the cause. You are the creator. You are the dreamer, not the dream. Most people live as if life happens to them, as if they are passengers in a vehicle someone else is driving. They pray for a better world while clinging to thoughts that poison their reality. They beg for freedom while guarding the chains that bind their imagination. But the wise man, the awakened one, knows there are no limits except those you accept. And so, every day is a new life to the wise man, because he refuses to carry yesterday's illusions into today's canvas. Look around you, not with your eyes, but with your awareness. Everything you see is the residue of a thought once believed, a feeling once nurtured, a concept once entertained as true. The life you now experience is not the effect of fate, but the echo of your inner conversations. You are not living reality, you are living your assumptions. Let that settle. You are living your assumptions. You walk through a world that answers to your inner dialogue. The quality of your thoughts becomes the quality of your life. What you dare to imagine, believe in, and emotionally inhabit becomes your world, not by luck, not by external force, but by the law of consciousness itself. Your mind is not a mirror, it is a projector, and the film running through it is called belief. Every belief you hold is a limit or a ladder. Every assumption you persist in is a door or a wall. You choose which. You choose how high you rise, how deeply you heal, how far you grow, not by what you do first, but by what you accept as true within yourself. The voice of limitation is subtle. It speaks in the language of reason, fear, and past experience. It tells you to be realistic, to play it safe, to avoid disappointment. But it is not the voice of truth. It is the voice of programming. You were not born to blend in. You were not born to shrink your light to fit into a world of shadows. You were born to imagine, to sculpt reality from the formless clay of thought, to dream boldly and feel those dreams into life. You are not weak. You have simply been hypnotized to believe you are. And now, the time has come to awaken. Awakening does not mean changing the world. It means changing your relationship with the world. It means seeing through the illusion that the world is outside you, that it is separate from your being. The world is yourself pushed out, your consciousness made visible, your assumptions made tangible. The senses lie. They report the past. They echo what has been. But the imagination, the divine faculty within you, it speaks of what can be, and more than that, what already is, in the realm of spirit. The wise man lives not by appearances, but by inner vision. He does not bow to the evidence of the moment. He plants the seed of a new assumption and waters it with belief. You are not here to be a slave to facts. You are here to be a master of perception. Facts follow feelings. Circumstances follow consciousness. The world rearranges itself to fit the shape of your dominant inner state. And if you do not like what you see, it is not punishment, it is permission. Permission to revise the inner world until it reflects your highest truth. You are not your past. You are not your failures. You are not the voice that told you to settle, to shrink, to obey. You are not the one who must beg for validation. You are the voice of authority. You are the chooser, the dreamer, the origin. And your life, yes, your entire life bends at the feet of your assumption. How long will you live as if you are powerless? How long will you honor beliefs that do not honor you? Most people worship their limitations. They defend them like sacred truths. They wear their suffering like armor and wonder why joy does not visit them. But joy will not visit the home of self-rejection. Peace will not bloom in the soil of inner war. And greatness cannot rise where smallness is the default assumption. No one can save you from the story you repeat. No one can pull you from the prison of your beliefs except you. And this is good news, because if you are the cause, then you are also the cure. You can change your life, not by changing what you do, but by changing who you are being. The most radical change does not require time, it requires decision. A new identity, assumed in faith, alters the entire path ahead, because life does not respond to effort alone, it responds to who you believe you are. Begin there. Begin with the bold, quiet choice to embody your highest self now. You do not need the world's permission to rise. You need your own. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be present. Present with the truth that you are already enough, already worthy, already whole. Every voice that says otherwise is a lie, and you owe no loyalty to lies. Breathe that in. The world cannot give you what you refuse to accept within. Success cannot bloom if your identity rejects it. Love cannot stay if your mind is married to self-doubt. Freedom cannot thrive where fear is the master. It is not your action that creates, it is your being. This is why the wise man does not chase, he attracts. He does not plead, he assumes. He does not force, he becomes. And in that quiet becoming, the universe adjusts. Doors open, paths appear. Resources gather around him, not because he is lucky, but because he is aligned. Your only true work is alignment. Your only true battle is against the inner voices that try to convince you that you are not powerful. Let them go. You were not born to agree with fear. You were not born to inherit wounds. You were born to imagine a higher truth and walk in it. The same life that feels heavy under one state of mind becomes light when that state is changed. The same world, seen through the eyes of belief, becomes a place of miracles. All transformation is a shift in assumption. Do not waste energy cursing the outer world. It is not the cause, it is the canvas. The painter is within. The brush is your awareness, and the color you choose is your emotional tone. You do not need more time. You need more presence. You need to stop waiting and start assuming. Assume the identity of the one who already has what you seek. Feel it, walk in it, speak from it. Let it saturate your being until it becomes natural. Because when the feeling is natural, the manifestation is inevitable. This is not fiction. It is law. And yet, so many live as if they are trapped by their past, trapped by the opinions of others, trapped by the narratives they never questioned. But the cage is made of thought, and thought can be changed. You do not escape the prison by running. You escape by waking up. And the moment you wake up to the truth that you are not your circumstances, not your fears, not your failures, but the awareness behind them, everything changes. You are not the clouds. You are the sky. You are not the noise. You are the silence that holds it. You are not the body. You are the awareness that animates it. And as awareness, you can choose. Choose what you dwell on. Choose what you embody. Choose the state you live from. This is freedom. And it cannot be given. It must be claimed. So claim it now. Without apology. Without hesitation. Without waiting for someone to say you are ready. You are ready the moment you decide you are. You are powerful the moment you stop pretending you are not. There are no limits except those you accept. You were not sent here to crawl through life. You were not born to echo the fears of those who never dared to awaken. You are not here to repeat patterns. You are here to transcend them. The soul does not measure time as the world does. It measures alignment. It measures truth. And the moment you return to the truth of who you are, the eternal, the unlimited, the creator cloaked in human skin-time bows, reality bends. The mountain moves. The world you see is the one you've consented to with your imagination. That's the secret the wise know. Life does not give you what you deserve. It gives you what you accept. It gives you what you feel to be true. And most accept far too little, not because they lack power, but because they lack permission. Permission to believe, to desire, to feel worthy of more. You must understand this. Your self-concept is the thermostat of your destiny. You can want all the success, love, and freedom in the world, but if your inner temperature is set to lack, fear, or unworthiness, you will sabotage it the moment it arrives. Not because you are broken, but because you haven't yet accepted who you really are. So raise it. Raise your inner standard. Shift the settings of your identity, not with force, but with awareness. Begin to see yourself as the one who is already enough, already chosen, already powerful, and reality will comply. You do not get what you want. You get what you are. You cannot fool the mirror. You can only change what it reflects by becoming something new within. The wise man does not wait for the world to improve. He improves the image he holds of himself, and the world improves accordingly, because the world is only ever echoing back the vibration of your belief. So take inventory quietly, honestly. What do you believe you deserve? What do you believe is possible? What do you believe others see when they look at you? And most importantly, what do you believe you are? Because those are not just thoughts. They are blueprints. They are molds into which reality is poured. And if you do not deliberately choose them, they will be chosen for you by your upbringing, your culture, your trauma, your fears. You must wake up and reclaim authorship. You must rise above the mental noise of society. You must silence the voices of limitation that speak through family, media, and memory voices that say, be realistic, stay small, don't expect too much. Who benefits from your smallness? No one. Not even you. You were not born to dim your fire so others feel warm. You were born to burn with truth, to radiate clarity, to walk as a reminder that the divine is not far away. It is within you, writing itself into form. Stop apologizing for your dreams. They were placed in your heart for a reason. Stop doubting your power. That doubt is not humility, it is forgetfulness. Humility is not denying your light. It is standing in it and knowing where it comes from. And your light, make no mistake, does not come from approval, applause, or permission. It comes from alignment with the self that is beyond opinion, the self that cannot be damaged or diminished, the self that existed before fear, before shame, before conditioning. That self knows you are the cause. You are not a reaction to the world. You are the world's instruction. Every moment you persist in a new belief, you reprogram the matrix of your life. The outer shifts the moment the inner stabilizes. This is not theory. This is law. The law of assumption. The law of identity. The law of being. But you must live it. Not think about it. Not dabble in it. Live it. Own it. Assume it. Do not ask, how will it happen? Ask, who must I become for it to be natural? Because that is the secret. What is natural to you manifests automatically, not by willpower, by alignment. You don't struggle to be who you believe you are. You simply are. And if success, love, health, or joy are not showing up, it's not because they are far. It's because your current self-image cannot yet host them. But change the self-image, and everything follows. Your life is not waiting for a miracle. It is waiting for permission. Permission to evolve. Permission to receive. Permission to release the story that says, this is just how it is. It's not. How it is a result, not a rule. Change the state, and the story changes. You are the author. You are the script. You are the actor and the stage. And the audience you fear so much, they are just reflections of your inner assumptions. Speak your truth, not for them, but for you. Live your dream, not for the applause, but because it is who you truly are when you strip away the fear. You are not here to fit in. You are here to wake up. You are not here to play roles. You are here to remember the soul behind them all. And the soul does not doubt its power. The soul does not ask for evidence, it creates it. The soul does not wait for signs, it becomes the sign. And so must you. There are no limits except those you accept. The only difference between the person you admire and the person you currently believe yourself to be is the mental script they run in silence, the inner dialogue they have trained themselves to entertain. While others wait for permission, they give themselves belief. While others wait for evidence, they act on faith. And while others sleep, they assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You are never waiting for life to change. Life is waiting for you to assume. The moment you accept a new belief as true, not intellectually, but emotionally, your world begins to rearrange. People, circumstances, and opportunities begin to shift to match your inner vibration. Because the universe does not respond to your wishes, it responds to your state of being. You rise not by willpower, but by alignment, not by forcing the world, but by dwelling in the end result until it becomes natural to you. Think of the acorn. Inside it lies the blueprint of a mighty oak, not because it tries, but because it contains the assumption of its becoming. You too contain the pattern of greatness, but only if you nurture it with feeling and persist in that assumption. Do not wait for proof. Be the proof. The wise do not seek confirmation from the world. They know the world is a mirror. They begin within. They close their eyes and dwell in the state of the person they desire to be. And by doing so, they become that person. Not someday, but now. Because to the soul, there is only now. All transformation is an inner movement. What you feel as true becomes your fate, not because life is cruel or magical, but because life is reflective. It reflects back to you the tone of your consciousness, the atmosphere of your inner world. Do not fight the mirror. Change the face. If you want to be free, begin by withdrawing power from the beliefs that enslave you. Refuse to agree with thoughts of limitation, shame, or fear. They are not your voice. They are echoes of a world that forgot its divine origin. And you are not here to forget. You are here to remember. You are not the product of your circumstances. You are the architect of your consciousness. Your life bends not to effort alone, but to assumption. Assume a higher truth, and you will experience a higher life. Assume freedom, and you will break invisible chains. Assume worthiness, and the world will treat you accordingly. Every man is self-made, but only the wise admit it. There is no outer authority greater than the one you give to your own beliefs, no law more powerful than the law of assumption, and no truth more sacred than this. You are the operant power. You do not have to become anything. You only need to accept what is already within you. There are no limits except those you accept. You must understand, the reality you are living today is not a sentence. It is a reflection. It is the mirror of who you have agreed to be, not who you were destined to remain. You can begin again now. You do not need a new year, a new location, a new title, or a perfect plan. You only need one thing: a refusal to carry the old identity into this present moment. Because this moment is new, untouched, unburdened, holy, and it does not care who you were 5 minutes ago. It only listens to who you are being now. So, Be deliberate. Be bold. Be sacred in your inner conversations. Do not wait to feel ready. Decide. Assume the version of yourself who no longer asks for permission to rise. Speak, move, and carry yourself from that place, and the world will take its cue from you. You don't need the right circumstances. You need the right consciousness. Circumstances bend to identity. They follow the energy you hold when no one is watching, when you are alone with your thoughts, your doubts, your faith, your fears. That is where your reality is cast. Not in the actions you perform in public, but in the assumptions you entertain in silence. You cannot live a free life from the mindset of a captive. You cannot walk into a higher timeline if you are still loyal to the story that broke you. So let go. Let go of who they said you had to be. Let go of the definitions you borrowed just to survive. Let go of the grief that taught you not to feel. Let go of the guilt that told you not to shine. Let go of the fear that masquerades as humility. These are not your truths, they are your training, and it is time to outgrow them. The caterpillar does not apologize to the cocoon. It outgrows it. It breaks through. It flies. And so must you. Do not explain your transformation. Live it. Let your presence become your proof. Let your peace be your message. Let your alignment speak louder than your words. The world will catch up, or it won't. But either way, you will be free. You are not here to be understood by those who refuse to understand themselves. You are here to embody your highest frequency, unapologetically, joyfully, silently, if needed. Because the frequency you hold is what the world will reflect. If you hold the vibration of lack, you will see lack. If you hold the vibration of power, you will see doors open before you even knock. If you hold the vibration of peace, chaos will dissolve in your presence. This is not mysticism. This is resonance. And you are the tuning fork of your life. So rise, not in ego, but in essence. Not in arrogance, but in remembrance. Remember who you were before the world told you who to be. Remember the fire that burned before fear taught you to be small. Remember the knowing that lived in you before language gave it away. That knowing is still there. It speaks in quiet confidence, not noise. It speaks in vision, not doubt. It says, you were never meant to settle. You were never meant to break under the weight of someone else's dream. You were born to imagine something greater and live it. You were born to believe with such intensity that the world reshapes itself around your inner conviction. You are not waiting for proof. You are the proof. Every moment you embody this truth, your life becomes a sermon, a silent declaration to the universe that you have remembered your power, remembered your voice, remembered that every assumption carries the seed of its own fulfillment, and that you, and only you, decide which assumptions are worthy of life. You are not at the mercy of time, talent, or luck. You are at the mercy of belief. And belief is a choice. So choose again. Choose now. No more shrinking. No more waiting. No more agreeing with fear and calling it caution. No more pretending your light is too much. It is not too much. It is medicine. And this world, this weary, fragmented world, does not need more conformity. It needs you, fully awake, fully lit, fully convinced of the truth that has always lived in your bones. There are no limits except those you accept. Do not chase the life you want, become the version of yourself who naturally lives it. Your desire is not random. It is a message from the deeper self calling you back into alignment. You don't need to force anything. You only need to assume the end and let your energy make the announcement before your mouth ever does. What you assume to be true becomes the invisible script that reality follows. Your thoughts are not private. They are energetic commands. And your emotions are not weakness. They are creative power. Feel it first, then walk in it, then watch it appear. It will feel like magic to the untrained mind, but to the awakened soul, it is simply law. You are not creating a new world. You are tuning into a version of it that already exists. There are infinite realities, infinite versions of you, and you are constantly selecting them through what you assume, feel, and believe. So, don't fix the outer world. Shift to the inner state, where the outer world doesn't need fixing. Because once you do, it will no longer reflect pain, it will reflect peace. It will no longer echo limitation, it will reveal opportunity. You do not need to deserve it. You need to accept it. You do not need to earn it. You need to align with it. You do not need to suffer first. You need to remember now. You are not far away from your breakthrough. You are one assumption away. And that assumption begins with the question, what if I am already it? What if the thing I'm trying so hard to reach is actually waiting for me to become the version of myself who stops reaching and starts remembering? You cannot become something you already are. You can only remove the illusion that you are not. The world changes when you stop negotiating with it, when you stop asking for signs and start being the sign, when you no longer water down your voice, dim your light, shrink your truth. You were not created to beg reality to love you. You were created to love yourself so deeply that reality mirrors that devotion. Self-love is not a luxury. It is the foundation of all transformation. And self-concept is the lever that moves mountains. The story you tell yourself becomes the experience you live. So stop telling the story of struggle, doubt, and not yet. Start telling the story of alignment, certainty, and already done. Because when you say, I am, the universe listens. It does not question, it responds. And if you say, I am always overlooked, it will make you invisible. If you say, I am chosen, the world will bend to affirm it. If you say, I am abundance, you will begin to see provision where others see problems. If you say, I am peace, you will calm storms before they form. This is not delusion. This is dominion. And you have it not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. Your birthright is creation. Your weapon is awareness. Your power is assumption. Guard your inner world with reverence. Speak to yourself as if your words are spells, because they are. Live as if your feeling is the prophecy, because it is. You cannot entertain thoughts of lack and live in abundance. You cannot feed doubt and expect conviction to grow. The mind is fertile. What you plant, it multiplies. Plant faith, plant beauty, plant the knowing that your life is not bound by facts, but by your faith in what can be. It is not arrogant to expect miracles, it is alignment. It is not foolish to declare success before it appears, it is spiritual intelligence. It is not naive to detach from appearances, it is mastery. The old you was addicted to waiting. The new you chooses to embody. The old you hoped for change. The new you assumes the new identity now. And this identity is not fragile. It is not part-time. It is not dependent on what they say, what they think, or what the numbers look like. It is rooted in being. Because the one who is doesn't try. The one who knows doesn't beg. The one who has become doesn't seek. They simply walk in the truth of their becoming. And as they walk, the world rises to meet them, not because they forced it, but because they finally accepted it. And so I ask you again, not with pressure, but with power, will you accept the truth? Will you choose the new identity now? Will you abandon the weight of old stories and walk freely into the vibration of your next chapter? Because it is ready for you. And it has only one condition. You must accept it fully. You must stop negotiating with the old you. You must stop making space for beliefs that contradict your becoming. You must stop asking life for permission to live. You must choose now. You must become now, because there are no limits except those you accept.